Karibuni. So we have a guest here today, atajitambulisha, and then we get to know a little bit more about him.
Sure.
So if you can tell our viewers who you are.
Okay. Hello people. By name I'm Blevins Ochieng. I'm a Kenyan by nationality. Citizen by nationality and citizenship. So I am currently based in Kenya location near USA County. So as per now, I'm here to share my story. I hope you'll lend me your ears so that we can know how my recovery journey was. Thank you.
So if tell me from the beginning how you grew up, how you've grown up, a little bit about your siblings, your family.
Okay.
You can start from there.
True. Actually, I grew up in Mombasa. That's where I was born and raised in Mutembei. I went to Bamburi later on. I began my studies, my primary. I was based in Mombasa. We were located later on in Nairobi, whereby I did my class 6 to class 8. After there, I went to Uganda. I joined Form 1 in Uganda and Form 2, but apparently I never finished there. I came back to Kenya though. That's where I ended my Form 4 studies. So after my Form 4 studies, I advanced. I went for further studies and I was studying at Kisumu Poly, whereby I pursued civil engineering as a career. After there, here I am now. I'm looking for a job. I haven't been employed, like I can say I've been absorbed by the government, but I'm trying the little I get, but I'm still looking for a job yet. Yeah, that's where my journey goes. And my siblings, I'm having 3 brothers. I'm the firstborn in our family. Yeah, in a family of 4. 3 brothers. We are 3 brothers and 1 sister. Yeah.
So about your story, tell us exactly palianzia like where that first idea called the Travis.
Yeah.
Where it started?
Actually, it started in campus, my first year.
When you were at Kisumu Poly?
Yeah, when I was still at Poly. So, I had friends who used to hang out a lot, who used to go out. So, they influenced me. Actually, I was not drinking at all. I was never smoking, but now that I was with friends that were doing it, they started calling me, absorbing me into that behavior. So in my first year in college, I tasted alcohol for the first time. Actually, it tasted so bitter, but later on I came to enjoy it because it gave me that fantasy, it relaxed my mind, and that courage to talk to people. So I thought that it was something good. So I became an addict when it reached my 3rd semester.
An alcoholic addict?
Yeah, I became an alcoholic addict when it reached my 3rd semester, my first year. So I sat for my exams. Fortunately, I passed. But second year, it became worse. So I was going to class and I was taking alcohol. I was going to class and I was taking alcohol. But so I was now lingering. My studies and started dropping. Actually, my marks were deteriorating. So I didn't pass so well in my second year. That's where I came to realize that I was spending much time going out, partying and drinking, hanging out with friends that were not helping me. So I tried I finished my second year. I joined third year. Now, when I was joining third year, it became so bad to me that I couldn't do without it. It became a necessity to me. Like, I just had to use alcohol. So I sat down and thought about my life when I was in third year. I had to drop out of school because I was now going bad. Actually, I started engaging into some criminal activities that wasn't that fair enough.
Backtrack kidogo. So when you realized you were becoming an addict, tell us about how it felt, what you felt, ukarealize now it is getting to a point of addiction.
What I felt, now looking at my results, I felt that I could do better if I was not into drinking. My relationship with my parents started deteriorating. Like, they weren't that loving as they used to be. So I thought maybe it was because of alcohol. They heard about it, that I was into alcohol.
Did your behavior change at that point?
Yeah,
you
sure.
started behaving differently?
Yeah, I started behaving differently. Eventually, I didn't like people going to church. That's what I was used to. I used to be a good man who used to go to church every Sunday. Now I started backsliding. My faith also started decreasing because at first I was born again. Then later on it came to my realization that I never liked church at all. So I never used to go to church. I never used to go to crusades as before. So actually this changed my behavior. I felt like I was abandoned with God, but it was all my fault because of alcohol. So it really changed me.
So you now started, you dropped out of school.
I dropped out at some point. I dropped out. I thought doing business was much lively. Now that I thought that studying was too much for me, doing assignments was hectic. I couldn't find time to do my assignments. Yet I wanted to go out clubbing. I wanted to go have fun, with the kind of friends I met. So it was like I was wasting time in school. I thought so. Having paid all the school fees in school, but I just thought that I was wasting time. I thought that starting a business was quite a nice idea than studying. Eventually it came to my realization that actually I was just wasting time having fun rather than...
Did you get to start the business?
Actually I started a business. I remember it was a small scale business. I was selling fries. In a stage, somewhere in stage near Kisumu. So as I pushed for it for over 3 months, I thought it was a nice idea, but later on my clientele changed. The people who were coming to promote me started shifting, so I didn't have enough money to raise it and to sustain me, and eventually I had to leave it now after like 3 months time. That's why I sat down. I started realizing that I was wasting time now, because actually the business I started has gone down. The people who are coming to my business were no longer promoting me, but they are just the same old friends I used to have. So they used to come, hang out with me and my business, telling me to shut it down. I look for something better to do. So it just began falling.
The same friends you were still hanging out with, were the same friends you were partying with?
Sure, they were the partyholics I was having. They used to come out at night and sleep in the morning. So actually their life was based in the dark. It was just about sleeping in the morning. When it 6:30, 6, that's where they start getting lively. They wake up, there was something like kutoa lock. I guess you know what it means. Yeah. When they are broken up, tunaenda tunatoa lock. After that, then we begin our sharing, our parties. Throughout the night, we used to party the whole night. Like
party usiku, lock asubuhi, pumzika kidogo, then party again.
Sure, it was just a cycle. It was just a cycle. So it continued for a while. Now, it's beginner's time whereby now people are worried. Actually, my relationship with my parents, with my loved ones, the people I loved back behind, started going down. So they were worried, like, our kid is having a problem. How can we help him out?
There's a part you said you started engaging in criminal activities.
Sure.
So before tufike kwa rehab, go back where you started, how and when you started engaging in
sure. So my business had already fallen. I had nothing to sustain me. Like I had no money to pocket. I was financially unstable by then. So like I went to the streets, with I joined a gang that used to wait for people by the roadside, they harass people. Whatever you have, you leave for them, or they can even stab you, they were so dangerous. So like I was hanging out with such guys,
So
for the sake of...
This was still in Kisumu?
Yeah, this was still in Kisumu. Then I went to Nairobi. Then after there, I went with them to Nairobi. So we were staying in the same roof together. So when it reached in the evening, when we had no money, we could go to the streets, try to lure people, anyone who could. So, some good Samaritan offering us something, but some people we used to harass them, like we can just get someone by the roadside, try and harass him or her. Maybe he's having a smartphone or something, you could take it and go and sell it,
So now you've moved from Kisumu to Nairobi. You joined the same gang ulikuwa ndani in Kisumu, the same one you're still with in Nairobi. So ni unknown criminal gang ama just our street boys wa kupiga tu atungeta?
It was just the street boys actually who are commonly known, like you can just see someone, you say that this is a common person. I usually meet in some place, some point, drinking or doing, but you don't know what that person is doing in real life. You don't know the job, you don't know how he gets his money, it was something of a sort. So we went to Nairobi. We were living together in Kibera. So as we were in Kibera, we were hustling actually to pay the rent. We had to pay rent, and we had liabilities to cater for. Anyway, we struggled until one of us was shot dead by a policeman. One of our gang members was shot dead when it was one night.
Tell us how that happened.
It happened that he went to storm into someone unknowingly. Kumbe that guy was an undercover, he was working undercover. So the guy had a gun by him. So he tried to warn him that actually I don't want to do this, just get off, just go away. But he insisted, since he had nothing with him, he insisted that he wanted to take his smartphone and money, the little money he had. So in that quarrel, it ended up badly. The guy had to pull out his gun and shoot him straight in the chest. So actually after losing, we became tormented like ourselves, It's something painful, one of you is dead, you don't know what's gonna happen to you, you know, maybe you are next, or perhaps you'll go to jail, you know, you'll start being wanted, you know. So it was really hurting for me. At that point, I thought of going back to church, actually. I was really stressed out. I thought that maybe I could start a new journey. But since I was in drugs, I was perhaps, he was the one not lucky. I can be luckier, you know. So I was continuing bit by bit, you know. Yeah.
So all this while, the only thing you were addicted to all this was just alcohol.
Yeah, it was alcohol.
So you were still an alcoholic at this point.
I was still an alcoholic. Yeah. So later on, a friend of mine came from Dubai. Yeah, he came from Dubai. He was a long time friend. We used to communicate through websites. He told me he'll be coming back to Kenya for some projects, you know. So I promised to meet him on his way after landing in the airport. So this guy told me he was having something nice, you know. Yeah, if I have ever tried it out, if I can try it out, it will be good. I'll feel nice, you know. I once thought about it, that what could he have if it's alcohol or something. I asked him, but it wasn't alcohol, it was marijuana. So he came and told me that he was having a good stuff. It was smoking. Actually, he invited me over to his house. So I went. Actually, I wasn't prepared for it, but something told me that I should just try it, since that it's something from Dubai, you know. I was that agitated. So actually, I tried it. The smoke actually choked me at first, but later on, I felt nice after that. So I asked him what was inside. He told me that's marijuana. It was something made from Ethiopia. So I was like, you got it from Ethiopia, so it's quite expensive or something. Yeah, he told me it's expensive, but not that much. He can be affording it, so we can be using it together as we drink together, as we go for parties. I used it for a week. Actually, I thought that it was nice. I felt it was good, actually, so I decided to dive into it. So the little cash I was getting, I was taking it to him. He could give me some peace, some rods. I could go back home with them and test them. So it became gradual. Now that it reached a time that I couldn't do without it. So any time I felt like having the urge, you know, of taking a smoke. I could call him, maybe I could look for money, I could fake sickness, I could do anything just to get money and go and buy it, you know. A piece was going for 100 shillings a piece. So sometimes he could sell me at whole price at 70. If I was taking a lot, he could tell me, if you're taking much, you can buy one at 70. So I thought it was cheaper getting a lot of it.
So basically this guy, alcohol peddler?
Yeah, he was a peddler. Actually, he was an underground peddler, because the local peddlers he never wanted the local peddlers to know about him and his business, because they could connect him to the police and he could get arrested, you know. So he peddled me the drug for like 6 good months. I became bankrupt because of it, because it became addictive to me, and I was using it without I didn't have a job by then. I was still just hustling. I could go around with my members, with my friends, looting and stuff. So it was really harsh. Anyway, by good luck or bad luck, the guy was arrested. Actually, he was stormed by policemen who knew about his business, because it was a lucrative business that was booming. It was really booming. So the guy was set up with some other guys, with one of his clienteles. He settled him up. I think there was a misunderstanding between them. I don't know what happened, but so he got set up. he just got set up. So things become hard for me. Now that he was the one understanding me at the moment. When I had no money, he could lend me, you know, he was an all-time friend. I guess you understand. Yeah, so things became really tough that I couldn't get it easily. So actually I fell ill. I fell ill about it. I had to take drugs so that at least I could feel better, but now they are not available, you know.
So you fell ill because your time when he was arrested, how could you put the drugs anymore?
Yeah.
So you didn't have any other person to lend you or buy for you?
Yeah. So I fell ill. I decided now it was serious. It was so severe that I actually fainted, you know. So I was taken to the hospital. The doctors tried to detox me, saying that it was something from the drugs. Actually, I thought that it was cerebral. Me, myself, I imagined that maybe I had cerebral, but I was behaving so bizarre. My behavior was bizarre. So they tell me that this can't be cerebral, it's just something you've been using that actually your body still needs. So you have to be detoxed so that you can let the drug go away from your blood. So slowly I was recovering. I was getting back to the norms. I stayed in hospital for like 2 weeks. I was admitted for 2 good weeks. So in that 2 weeks I was being preached at. Yeah, there was a priest who could come and talk to us in the ward, you know. So actually he was brainwashing me from the drug use and sort of. Actually me also, I thought that my life was going to end. I need to be close to God, you know. When you fall sick you think a lot. So I thought that it's high time I change my lifestyle. Yeah, I start doing what's right with me and I start being a good man. Sure.
But all this time you realize that you were addicted and you were getting addicted to this thing. Each time you think it happened, did you reach out to anyone close to you uambie, this is the path that my life is taking na nafeel ni kama naingia kwa feel, ni kama naingia kwa shimo fulani, if you can help?
Okay, I talked to a close friend, just a friend, because actually he was the one I thought that could listen to me, you know. After having quarreled with my parents, I thought that they abandoned me. I just felt agitated, like I'm not worthy, you know. So I really talked to a friend who actually took me to the hospital. I didn't go by myself. He's the one who took me there. He told me that you really need to see a doctor because the situation is getting worse, you know. Yeah. So he's the one who catered for me, took me to the hospital, and actually the guy I talked to, I think it saved me just sharing it out, but I would have just kept silent, definitely. Things could have ended up worse or some.
And at your point, when you go back to your alcoholism before the marijuana, your point, you were still in contact now, your family, your parents?
Yeah, we were in contact, but we could talk very briefly, you know. They could call me sometimes. I'm in a noisy place, I'm in a club, I couldn't answer the call just because they will know that I'm doing something unusual, you know.
So it is you who started avoiding them?
Yeah, it's me actually who started avoiding them. So they thought that maybe I was okay, you know. They really didn't know what I was up to. Yeah, so I couldn't blame them because definitely they didn't know much. Now that distance and whatsoever, communication were barriers.
So if you never tuambia how this affected your relationship with people, how it started affecting your relationship and how up until now, if kuna still some discord between you and your family and your friends, because of the addiction? Like, just tell us socially, Sasa, how it affected you socially.
Socially, it really affected me. So I wasn't close to the people I should be close to. Someone like a parent, you know, that's someone you should share every moment you're having, every situation you're in. He should be able to know, you know, but I wouldn't reach out to them. I was shy. Actually, I was ashamed of myself. How could I just start telling my parents that I'm using drugs, you know? It was something that I felt really bad about. Yeah, so I didn't share it to them. But currently things have really changed. Yeah, currently things have changed so much that they know I was living a lifestyle that wasn't mine, and I decided to get born again, and yeah, I decided to change my life. So actually right now we are in good contact, you know, we talk a lot, we share a lot, you know, yeah, we really share a lot.
So right now, we're in a good path.
Sure, right now I'm born again. I know Christ as my savior, you know, and I've decided to take a good path. After they came to realize later on that actually it was drugs that was driving me crazy. After I came out of the hospital, I came clear to them and I told them that actually I'm having a problem. How can they assist me? You know, they sat down as a family. We sat down together and they decided to take me to the rehab. Yeah. So in the rehab, I stayed for roughly 3 months. That's where I was getting my medication. You know, I would talk to the therapists, someone who I could share even deep feelings that I was having with. Yeah, and I could really get help. Like, they could really advise me on what to do, you know. I consulted in every bit of thing happening in my life, you know.
So you tell us a bit about the rehabilitation process, the thing, like what any services want to offer in the rehabilitation process for you to get better.
Yeah, they offer a lot of services. Actually, some people mistake it to be a jail or something, but it's never a jail. You know, some people fear that when you go to the rehab, it's like you're in the jail. You know, you're being caned, you're being mistreated, but actually that's not what I got there. At first I feared going to that place, but actually I reached there and I was amazed, you know. We were being taught, actually moreover, we were being taught how to change our lives, you know, how to do away with addiction, actually how to change our lives and be better people in the society. Yeah. We had therapists who could come, talk to us gently, yeah, and know where the problem is, you know, connect us to our family members. Yeah, they could talk to our parents and talk to us and join us together. Call a meeting, both of us sit down and talk about the situation, and you can resolve it there. It really helped me connect with my society too. So it's all about, there is all about changing lives. That's what I can say. Yeah, it's not, I was never mistreated. I can't lie that we were being caned or something, but we were just being taught how to bond with the society, to be better people, you know. Yeah, actually we were being even preached to, which made us so close to God spiritually. It boosted our spiritual beliefs, and also our behaviors changed. Yeah. So for those 3 months, I used nothing. I never smoked. I never drank any alcohol. So I maintained sobriety. So while I was there, I promised myself not to go back to that life, that shameful life that made me separate from my family, you know. Yeah, I decided to live a good life thereafter.
Right now, ever since we took a rehab, we start afresh. In unaweza sema umekuwa ukifanya nini to make sure you keep your promise ya no going back?
Yeah, actually first is believing in yourself. Me and my man, who believes in myself, and I know one day, one time, even if it's not now, maybe later, success is coming my way. So I'm patiently waiting, you know. So what made me change a lot? First, I changed my friends. I lost contact with them, you know. I got a new phone. I saved new contacts, and I did away with the old friends, because actually talking to them, socializing them back, they can lure you back, you know. They can take you back to drinking, smoking, you know. That's what they do. That's their lifestyle. Yeah. So like every day I do try my best not to avoid them. I try just to avoid them and keep them away. I joined an AMI group whereby every Sundays we can sit down, you know, as a group and talk about our lives, yeah, and talk about projects, yeah, and maybe talk about God too. Sure. So I think these groups also motivates me every day by day, every week. The groups try and motivate me harder to work more hard, you know, to live a sober life, yeah.
If unaweza tuambia experience yako ya then ukiwa addict and now, maybe what is the biggest difference inaweza sema you can tell someone ile difference yenye nimeona, and because of this difference siwezi kuwa addict tena?
Yeah, sure. Actually when I was an addict, kuna hiyo kile mtu anakuview unacheki. Yeah, actually hawezi ongea something sensible to someone aku understand. Ataona like that guy is kinda lying, you know, ama he's not serious, you know. Yeah, so people are not taking me that serious, because after all I was in drugs. You know, someone in drugs can't just tell you something and you believe it at once, maybe repeatedly, ama with time ndio unaweza ona mtu ako serious, ama that guy is telling me something sensible, you know. Yeah, so it really changed me. Right now I can raise an issue, you know, I can talk to someone, yeah, about something serious, something affecting me, and they really act on it. Yeah, they take it seriously, and here I am now. I've been trying to talk to people, something serious, something affecting me, and they really act on it. Yeah, they take it seriously, and here I am now. I've been trying to talk to people, actually my fellow youth, who are living also a sober life like me right now. I'm telling them how bad addiction is. So actually it's something I have experienced. It's not something I've seen from someone. So at least they are seeing sense in what I say now compared to the previous me. Sure.
Yeah, health-wise, different health-wise, when you feel then, and now that you're sober and of course healthier, like on any health complications you will experience during that time that unajua will come out of the addiction, the alcohol and the marijuana?
Yeah, actually back then I was affected health-wise, because actually I lost appetite. I used to lose appetite, because when you keep on drinking, when you keep on smoking, you don't have that time that you should go eat something, you know. You just feel like I was having a meal a day. I felt like I am abandoned, you know. So like it really affected me. I was quite, like, can I say, thin. I wasn't healthy enough. Diseases could just come and get me bedridden, you know. After then I joined the gym. I started working out my body, you know. I gained shape again. Yeah, here I am now. At least I've gained some weight. I look better. I look better compared to how I used to be, you know. So I can say it really affected my health and my immune too. Sure.
And if you could tell us about the psychological effect of drug abuse, like mentally.
Yeah, how it affected me mentally.
How it affects you mentally. Unajua drugs inakujanga na mental health issues. So mtu anaanza kwa probably anashikwa na anxiety, depression, nini. So for you, gani will hit and how will you manage to come out of it?
Yeah, at some point actually it really affected me mentally. I was thinking of being suicidal. Like I thought of like maybe I shouldn't exist anymore, you know. Life have got me to a corner. Maybe I can take my life, you know. So that I just disappear from the world. Yeah, I tried even like getting suicidal at some point, of which I regret actually. Yeah, because it came to my realization that being suicidal can't solve everything. At least you get someone to talk to if there is a problem and solve it, you know, the better. So it really affected my mental. Every time I was having a problem or I ran bankrupt, I really thought that I wasn't that much needed in the community, you know. Yeah, so I was really thinking of being suicidal most of the time. But I thank God right now that feeling has perhaps gone away, you know. Right now I think I can't now think of getting suicidal or something. Yeah.
That's nice. So tukimalizia, you can tell us that probably mko na like a reach out group for the community hapa locally ama in Nairobi, like somehow or somewhere that maybe kuna someone who is struggling from the same, anaweza wapata, reach out and probably have a conversation.
Sure.
How to get better.
Yeah, actually the group that I was in was in Nairobi. That's where I had my NA groups, where we used to talk about life in sobriety, you know, and talk a lot about developing ourselves and our skills as youths, you know. I joined a basketball team whereby I used to go spend some time there so that I can't go back to drugs. When I was having free time, I would go and play and get worn out, then just go and relax, you know. It was relaxing my mind. But now that I'm no longer there, but we still have the groups on WhatsApp. We talk via WhatsApp. Yeah, whenever there is a meeting, we stream, we come live and we talk about it. So it's really helping me. Even if you're away, you can still be in the group. You can still be in the group, like.
And then you tell the people, like, easy groups. If someone doesn't know Penyaziko, like where they can go, ama online page gani wanaweza tafuta IG, Facebook, TikTok, place any a platform penye wanaweza reach out in case they've never reached out to them. And also tell them, like, just to give someone out there a word of advice when I feel someone out there needs to hear.
So one of the NA groups, I mean, I'm having like 3. One is in Nairobi Sports Club. It's in Nairobi, Ngong. That's where actually I was being talked to about. So it's a Catholic church in Ngong. It's a church-based group. You can find it on social media. You can look for it on social media. And another one is in Lucia, St. Luciana Wellness Center. It's just next to the road. Before you reach Busia town, you can contact them. It is called St. Luciana Group, whereby there you can get them on the website at St. Luciana Wellness and Health Center. So any for further inquiries on or any comment, you can reach me out. My name is Bruno on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, and actually I can tell you guys that being in a sober life is quite better, and relapse is not a choice, but you shouldn't relapse actually after you have gone back to your sober life. So I just thank God for this wonderful moment and sharing with you, and I really hope for the best. Anyone who will wish to contact me, you can reach me out on 0781 033 707. I can repeat, it's 0781 033 707. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Now that I'm done with my rehab, I was kindly asking for someone, a good Samaritan out there, who I can reach out and maybe is hearing this right now. If you can have any opportunity, be it a job. Now that I pursued civil, I went back to school and I managed to pass my exams, and under pursuing civil engineering, you can kindly reach me out if there is any opportunity, any job out there that someone needs to get employed. Kindly, I was asking if you can reach me out and let me know if I can apply through my email and my number. Anyway, if there are any empowerment groups too, I'd really appreciate if someone can come out clear and maybe tell me more about it, if I can join and maybe work together as an organization. Otherwise, I wish you all the best in everything, and may God bless you all. Thank you.